Okay, hi everybody. Hi. Okay. I my name is Susie for those that don't know me, and welcome to my 30 days where my goal is to completely change my identity. Um so instead of being the version of myself that's not supported by life, that's stressing over a bill, that wants a bag but can't have it because I don't have any more money, instead of being that version of myself, I am doing this 30-day challenge so I can become the version of myself that is always supported, that is always immensely supported with overflow by God, by the higher mind, by infinite intelligence, by the spirit, whatever you want to call it, whatever feels, whatever resonates with you. And this is a 30 days where I'm gonna have the same style as this YouTuber here who she did it on how to have the skinny mindset. And I've done it. I think I'm like at day 18 and I've seen so much differences. Like I've lost weight, I'm eating less, I I care more about what I eat. It really changed myself, and I truly believe in identity work. I've been studying identity work for like years and years and years, and everything comes back to your identity. You don't have your dream job, it's because of who you are. You don't have this, you don't have money, it's because of who you are. Everything comes back to identity. So I'm going to do this 30 day, and I just want to show up every day, even when there's days where I just don't want to. I don't care, I'm going to show up. So how we're gonna do this, I think it's gonna be more in flow. I don't want to force anything out of you. If there's things that I say that doesn't resonate, you don't have to listen to it. If there are things that resonate, then take it. Um so yeah, so I first want to talk about being supported. I just want to be supported. When I say supported, it's like I have an issue, it's already taken care of by God, by the higher mind, and I want you to become your most supported self. I know there's clothes that you want that you can't have right now because you don't have the money, or I know that there's this car that you want, or this apartment, or this job, anything you want, and you just don't have it because you don't have the money, you don't feel like you're supported, you feel like you need to work a lot of hours to get it, and life doesn't have to work that way. Believe it, believe me, it doesn't have to work that way. So I was just in France. I came back 3 days ago from France in London. I stayed there for 4 months. And I felt like I changed my identity there. I honestly felt like everything was coming to me. I needed a new luggage. I had it the very next day. I needed new clothes. I had it the very next day. Like everything would happen spontaneously and naturally. But it's also my identity. I was so like I knew I was always supported by life. And this is the goal of this challenge. So this is my part right there. I'm in my car and I was just thinking like fuck it, I'm gonna film right now and do the rest at home. But yeah, I love to share knowledge and fun facts. So I feel like I'm gonna be sharing a lot of knowledge before each videos. This is my first video, so it feels a bit awkward, but it's gonna be better, promise. And we're gonna do EFT tapping because I feel like EFT tapping helps. But I want to go deep in them, like really deep. So we're gonna do EFT tapping. We're gonna be doing, if you want to do journaling, do it. We're gonna be scripting and breath work. She did EFT and breath work, and oh my god, the difference. But I want to be honest with you, like her, I didn't like I skipped days. So I did it one day, day one I did it, and then like the next day I didn't do any videos, but I did video number two the other day. So I feel like this is good because I believe that if you come back to your identity, that's the most important. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be there every single day. No, the goal is for you to come back to your identity, come back to being the version of yourself that's supported by life and the universe and everything. Come back to her, come back to him every single time. That's the most important part. And you don't have to look at my videos to become her. I don't want to be like the other YouTubers that's like, oh, but to become rich, you have to watch this video every day. No, the goal is for you to come back to your identity. And what I love about this, it's like even when you just see my face, you naturally come back to her. That's amazing. Like what? It's like I'm a trigger. Like, oh yeah, you're already supported. You're already rich. You already have your ticket. You already have your apartment. You're already supported. And it can come from infinite ways. Infinite ways. Like our mind, we think too narrow for all the infinite ways and possibilities the thing you want can happen. So this is really the goal of the 30 days challenge, and I cannot wait to do this with you girls. So yeah. Okay, hi everybody. Sorry for this. I had to come back home. But so for this part, we're going to do the EFT tapping. As we do the videos, I'm going to explain it more. And yeah, so let's start with the EFT tapping. I do have my notes here, so I'm going to be reading off of this, but you can follow me. Let's start with a deep breath in and out. Perfect. So we always start with the karate chop, the karate's chop, whatever. Even if part of me does not fully believe this yet, it is safe to be here. Even if my mind is used to expecting things to be uncertain or heavy, I do not have to fight for that part of me. I am not trying to erase myself. I am allowing myself to soften into something new. There is a version of me that already knows how to be supported. Not because life is perfect, but because life is fundamentally on my side. And I do not have to force myself to believe it instantly. I have to stay open enough to not close the door. I release the identity that constantly prepares for lack. I release the version of me that tightens around money, around time, around outcomes. I release the part of me that thinks I have to hold everything alone. That was an old way of surviving. And I honor it, but I don't need it anymore. There is something softer available now, something more spacious, something more true. I am willing to consider that support is not rare. I am willing to consider that overflow is not dangerous. I am willing to consider that receiving can be safe. Even if it feels unfamiliar, I can let it be unfamiliar without rejecting it. I do not need to jump into certainty. I only need to loosen my grip on the old story. There is a quieter identity underneath everything. The version of me that is carried. The version of me that is not abandoned by life. The version of me that can breathe and trust that things move in my favor in ways I do not always understand. I do not have to chase everything I want. I can allow myself to be met by it. And even if I do not see full proof yet, I can still let myself soften into the idea that life is not against me. That support is not something I must earn through struggle. That overflow is not something I must prove myself worthy of through exhaustion. I am open to a different experience, not forced, not rushed, just open. And this is openness. Something begins to shift quietly inside of me, not as a sudden change, but as a release of tension I did not even realize I was holding. I am willing to be supported. I am willing to be guided. I am willing to receive more ease than I used to. And I do not need to understand how it happens. I don't need it. I only need to stop closing the door on it. Even now, I let myself rest in the possibility that I am not doing life alone. There is a greater order holding things for me. Even when I do not see it, even when I forget. And I can come back to this feeling again and again until it becomes more familiar than fear. I am becoming someone who allows support, someone who allows overflow, someone who does not tighten against life but moves with it. And that is enough for today. That is enough for this moment. I am safe to soften into that. Okay, so we're done. We're going to breathe in and out. Good. So, as the other YouTuber, I need to know her name, so I'm just going to search her up real quick because I don't, her name is kind of hard to remember. Dilvin Tanik. Okay, so this YouTuber, Dilvin Tanik, girl, if you see this, I love you so much. Thank you for your 30-day skinny mindset. I have seen a huge difference. And I really want to thank you. That's why I'm doing this series 30 days because I'm really inspired by her and I saw the changes. So if I can see changes for becoming skinnier, I can also see changes to be supported by the whole world, by life, by everything that ever exists. Whenever I need support, I'm supported. And I'm not talking about some small support, I'm talking about an overflow amount of support. You see those influencers that are like, okay, I'm back from vacation, come unpack with me my millions bucks of PR packages. Like, this type of support, an overflown amount of support, and it can be for anything and everything. For me, my goal right now is just to be for example, I want new hair, I want to take care of my skin, so I need new skin products. I also want this new car, and I know I'm gonna have it because I'm delusional and I just know how this works. Um, a lot of clothes, gym clothes. So I am right now, like my desires are so they like I want this and that and so many things. And this goal of this challenge is to become the version of myself that all the things I want, they come effortlessly. I literally think of it once and the very next day I just have it in front of me. And that happened to me so many times where I was thinking about something the very next day or the very next hour I had it. So yeah, so this is why I'm doing this 30-day identity change because I'm no longer the old version of myself. I'm this new version of myself. And by doing EFT tapping, it helps with your emotions and your nervous system that's always like shaking because like, oh, but this is new. Like I've never did this. I've never experienced this. Is this safe? That's why by doing EFT tapping, we're releasing all the resistance, everything out. And when you have zero resistance and you just let yourself be who you are, everything comes to you. Every single thing. So we're doing EFT tapping. Now we're going to do breath work. So first we're gonna do a long breath, like 5. So let's go. When you breathe everything in your mind on top of your head. This is what Delvin talks about on her videos, and it helps a lot. So breathe in. Feels so much calmer. Next, Delvin in her videos, she does short breaths. I don't want to copy her, but like I love her way of doing it. So I'm just gonna keep talking about her because this is not copying, this is really an inspiration from her. But we're gonna do smaller breaths. And yeah, she does quick, like inhale to the head, exhale. So now inhale, stop, exhale, stop. Exhale. I feel so good. I feel so good. And we're gonna do a second round. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about her again because I love her, but Delvin Panic on YouTube, go please watch her videos if you want to have this skinny mindset. If you don't care about that, you don't have to. But this is highly inspired by her. I'm literally doing the same EFT tapping routine and the breath work. I saw so much changes when I did this for my skinny mindset. And I'm not even done yet with her 30-day challenge, but I had to do it for support and money because I am no longer the version of myself that's broke and that has to negotiate when it comes to me wanting to have the things I truly desire. So like new hair, changing my whole room. Like I'm no longer that person. And you are no longer that person too. So we're gonna do the second part of breathwork and then I'm gonna talk a little bit and then we're gonna be done for today. So let's go. Long breaths in, out. Okay, short breaths. Keep. Exhale. Keep. The goal is to not think of everything, just stay in your body and let the emotions pass. You're just sitting down with yourself and feeling everything and not judging anything. Exhale. So after this, doing this routine, we feel so much better. I feel so much calmer. And I've also realized that during my days when I have triggers, I automatically feel calm. So this is why I saw a difference when I did the skinny mindset challenge. And my mindset is this: you do not have to show up every day. The most important thing is not to be perfect, but to come back, always come back to that identity, always come back to her, always come back to him. Like that's that is the most important thing. So what I love to do with the Dilvan Tannic um work is that I come back every I can it depends upon my mood. Sometimes the next day I do the video, sometimes I wait a day or two. I think max 2 because after 2 days if you're not back to yourself like you have to come back as often as possible. But the idea of like oh if you really want to change your life you have to watch this video every day. Please don't believe in that crap. Please. You have to be honest. What is very important is that you come back to your identity until it becomes your reality. That's the most important. So yeah, so this was the first video of today. I'm sorry if it looks awkward or weird, but I don't care. The goal here, once again, is for us to be rich, fulfilled, successful, supported by the whole world, 24/7 in everything we want to do. And stop negotiating with yourself. Stop it. You really desire a $15,000 bag, then have it. Why can't you have it? I'm sick and tired of the logical mind and being like, oh, but I have to work this. No, like everything is possible, okay? It's all about your identities. So be supported in all the possible ways that exist, okay? Please. And thank you for listening. My name is Susie. See you the next day. Take care. Supported Queen.